Damn, I feel like I'm still got topics. Jesus. Am I ever gonna get off stream? Okay. Um, did y'all see this? I actually watched this full podcast earlier today. What the fuck? No update. What the fuck? It just showed my email? All right. Oh, have y'all watched this?
The comments, you read the comments, you're responding to the comments because you don't have anything better to do with your time but respond to comments under my video.
You know, I was hoping to get to know you a little bit on here, the way we've gotten to know each other off camera. And I see what you're doing.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you want to seem cool. You're like, oh, I want my people to think, what do you call them?
goblins?
Did you come up with that?
Mm-hmm.
And they just went along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you have a fan army name?
No.
Okay.
You would know that because you stalk me in your free time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to ask a question you know the answer to.
Okay.
Do you have anything else
Yeah,
you want to talk about?
I had questions to ask about.
Did you write them down?
No, I remember my stuff.
Okay, congratulations. You've been doing this for a lot longer. You're much older than me.
I'm 23.
You're not 23.
Okay.
I think we went over this when we did my podcast. You're
when
like,
you,
what?
when you had all my information wrong, when you thought you knew where I was from and who I was dating and how much money I had and what car I drove and my age, and it was all off.
Okay. It's not my fault that no one actually cares enough to get that information right about you.
Jesus Christ, you're such a
Bobbi at her finest. Y'all are gonna tell me that I'm hating, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this thing that she got going on is gonna flail out quickly. Allegedly, from what I've heard, yeah, Drake and them don't fuck with her like that. I don't know the full details, you know. I heard she got a little big-headed, man. She got a little big-headed on Drake and Yachty. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. Don't know why only Drake interview came down. I think Yachty's still up. Don't know why Drake interview came down at all. I have no idea. But, yeah, apparently Drake and Yachty don't really fuck with her. And not like it's not beef, nothing. It's just like they're like, okay, all right, you got it. She's kind of still getting interviews, but recently we seen what happened. She confirmed that she did not fuck Drake, and that Dave Portnoy just came out and said, yo, they misedited the shit. So let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Basically, she came out. Where is it? Oh, right here. So, Dave Portnoy says, I want to apologize for the way that the Drake clip was edited and put out. I ripped our media team apart for it. Never should have been released like that. I said you didn't hook up. It was nothing at all till they edited it like that. Then, so I guess she's saying, then you put that on your story because this is so unfair and so messed up. And he said, that's what I'm apologizing for. I didn't personally put it up. Even though it was made, our social team did, and I freaked out on him when I saw it. This was a clip.
Heard that Bobbi slept with Drake and is getting divorced. So I asked her. I DM'd Bobbi.
What? You asked her, did you sleep with Drake and are you getting a divorce?
Yeah. She's like, I'm not commenting on that publicly, but that's not. Anna's like, I heard that.
Okay. And then I believe the full text was this. And she had said, I did not want to do this podcast in the first place. I think she's talking about Dave Portnoy's BFS podcast. And now so much negativity is coming from it. I'm going to leave it alone after this, but this is the uncensored DM between Dave and I. This is what Dave says. My girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced. I am saying that isn't true. She says, I am not commenting publicly, but off the record, you're right, that is not true. And he says, I knew I was right. Okay. All right. I want to see how this...
He clout chasing that act.
Huh?
She clout chasing.
Who?
The girl. If she wasn't clout chasing, she would have said that is not true publicly. But she want people to keep on talking about it. That's why she not denouncing it. You understand?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, like
good marketing.
why would
Hey,
you? Why would you?
you're right, but I gotta
That's
defend my
a
white
fact.
queen.
I think they're
Gotta
both
defend my
clout
white queen.
chasing. Dave Portnoy and Barstools was clout chasing by even having it as a rumor, right? Because honestly, I only heard about the rumor through them. And she's clout chasing a bit by, if it was a rumor, not at least like you don't have to talk about your divorce, but you can just be like, I didn't sleep with Drake.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm interested to see what her thing is gonna be. That awkward shit gets old quick to me. It gets really old quick to me. And I'm sorry. I don't know how Funny Marco feels about it. I just feel like somebody like Funny Marco or does Theo Vaughn count in that awkward little thing? I just think that nigga's hilarious.
No, that other nigga Drake did a podcast with kind of count. With Adonis.
Oh,
Hey, Ack, would you do it? Would you interview Bobby?
I mean, yeah, but I mean she's popping, yeah, but I was watching this podcast, the one that you saw the supercut from that I played at the beginning. She's trying to do this. I don't know if that's just her personality. She's trying to do it everywhere, which means you can't have a regular conversation with her. You know what I mean?
But when she was with bro, she was normal as fuck. I found it fucking.
I don't think that we should give her a platform. She tried to violate Drake.
Nigga.
Facts,
bro. I don't want to sound like them Twitter bitches, bro. Like, bro, everybody know hip hop is the wave, bro. If you want to blow up, you want to get clout, you come to hip hop, bro.
I agree.
I wonder how Drake feels about that, because like Drake, you basically launched her into the ecosphere as being one of the biggest now sought after podcasters just because you gave her that interview, and essentially, it seems like you may feel like you know that she's a little ungrateful, but now that's in hindsight now. Like pretty much from the culture, we have created this white girl who honestly her podcast is probably not gonna live. Like I seen Offset go do her podcast. I would probably predict that in a year or so, the most people that she's having on her show ain't even from black culture. It's probably gonna be.
But she got what she wanted.
She got what she wanted.
And you know why? I'm not gonna shit on Drake, but like I gotta give Drake like, bro, you saw her from a Funny Marco podcast and proceeded to do her shit when you could have literally put Funny Marco on.
Funny Marco on
a black nigga, a nigga who she got her whole style from.
Wait, did he see her from a Funny Marco podcast?
Yes, he
That's where she really popped up on.
He found her through the Funny Marco interview. That's how we all found who
yeah, she popped up on Funny Marco.
Well, it was a Funny Marco interview, but that's Funny Marco style that he been doing with Rich Homie Quan way before she even had a podcast. He's been doing that dry humor shit with rappers for a year or at least so. At least a year.
I wonder how Funny Marco.
If you do an interview with Bobby, let me know because I'm gonna go shoot my shot with her, man. She's a nice white queen. I need that.
Yo, Ali.
This nigga, man. This nigga, man. We'll see how it lasts for her, but you know, also I don't want her to get bullied too, but it's you know what I mean. Listen, Bobby, act normal, my nigga. Like you can act normal.
Proud to say.
I feel like she's stuck in character.
Yeah, she tried to say Yachty made her feel weird and awkward. Like,
that's where that came from. Black men, bro. Yeah, that's what that came from. Like
you can't do that.
She made Yachty seem like he was a fucking creep.
Yeah, like she's bugging.
Insane, bro.
Like
clout.
I completely get it. If I was Drake or Yachty, I'm like, damn, we fucking give you some, we show you some love, and you're over here chatting Talking about like I'm creepy. Here we go.
But I walked into his
I
house and it
kinda
was
like
super awkward because like
those, though.
he's really kind of awkward, and I've heard that going into it. But me with another awkward person is like, I think it's because you guys are awkward. Maybe that's why. But if you guys
Are
are
not
awkward,
or are?
you guys aren't.
Oh,
Because
thank
he was awkward. I walked into his house. He didn't even like say hi to me. So then I was like, said, let's go to the bathroom. So then we go to the bathroom, and then we like get out, and then he's like. He's just sitting there with like his 2 assistants, and he's not even acknowledging that I'm like in the room, and my camera guy's like setting up. I'm just sitting there like
Skin
on
crawling.
my phone, like I'm like trying, and then he comes up, he's like, "Oh hi," gives me like a half hug, and I'm just like, "Hi," then goes back to his spot, and I'm like, "Dude, I don't even want to do this." I'm texting my friend like, "Ashley, I need to leave. This is so awkward."
Yeah, that's
Now she can't stop
ungrateful.
talking. Now she can't stop talking, bro.
No, that's ungrateful.
For sure. He not entitled to fuck. Like, damn, bitch.
Yo. You're like 4th podcast ever. You get Lil Yachty, and you're over here saying your experience with him. He's a creep, and you're saying to yourself, you want to leave. Like you're not the person getting the opportunity here.
Yeah.
Like you're doing him a favor. I see why now. I see why.
Yo, word to my dead cat, I won't ever do that, Yachty.
And no cap, and just this fucking theory, I feel like Yachty is the nigga who sent that Funny Marco interview to Drake. You know, Yachty's super tapped in. So I feel like Yachty was a nigga who broke that bridge type shit. So it's like, bitch.
Yo, hold on. Yo, I think so as well. I also have a hot take I'm coming in with. Obviously, nothing lyrical wise. And by the way, Yachty sent me a part of my clip of a stream where I said, yo, and he said, Ack, you funny for this. Where I was just like, yo, yeah, Yachty's having an influence on Drake, maybe with the nails and shit, but definitely never music, because Yachty couldn't think of anything in his brain that could come out of Drake's mouth that I would like. And he was like, Ack, you funny for this. Anyway, I do think Yachty is keeping Drake tapped in. All of these little moves, Yachty.
Yep.
I'm calling it Yachty. Yachty.
Yachty's
And by the way,
style of humor,
if you kind of also see like Yachty's podcast, and even how Yachty even did an interview with Drake, Yachty's kind of into that a little bit.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, that's his whole style.
No,
You know
Yachty podcast is fire,
Like,
bro.
Yachty interested in dry humor, mean culture, all that shit, bro.
Yep.
I already know Yachty the nigga who tapped him in. Not saying Drake didn't like that.
I ain't like the fact that she don't act weird with other white people.
She don't, bro.
I don't like that. And then how you gonna get mad at Yachty and call him weird? You be acting weird with all the niggas, but when you all bubbly and white. I don't like that.
The video actor played was a white dude.
Yeah, I just didn't like the fact that her first interview, or her only interview is not even with niggas yet. It's still with these white niggas.
Is she not even using the same type of like?
Oh, wait, boom. Are you thinking that she's about to like go do Joe Budden's podcast or like
nigga? She should have did Funny Marco's podcast. He put you on. At least look out. You got the Drake feature, right?
That's true.
She got to give back to the black community.
It's a lot of. She could have, instead of doing Yachty's going on Yachty, she could have did Yachty's podcast after she did her podcast.
You know, I was gonna message her. I was gonna message her, but I was just like, bruh, I could already see her trajectory. Her trajectory is gonna be trying to get in that impulsive, call her daddy world, and that world don't integrate with niggas. Let me not say impulsive.
She's the podcast. She's the podcast.
Call her daddy,
Malone,
huh?
She's the podcast Post Malone, bro. Facts. Like, this is facts.
The
like, come on,
podcast Post Malone got lit off White Iverson. Got lit off White Iverson and ain't seen a nigga since then.
Ain't seen them gold teeth ever. Ain't seen them gold teeth ever since, nigga. Dropped the basketball, took the braids out.
Yo, Sir Lee, you tweaking if you think she about to do Carisha, please.
That would be funny, though.
Hell no.
But that would be so funny. Oh, is that
Here go this toxic nigga Aiden.